Okay, then let's do the wind-up ceremony, and then we'll part ways. Oh, can I speak more about no expectations? For sure. Thank you, Eliza. Um, so when I'm talking about expectations, I think probably one of the easiest way to talk about expectations is from personal experience. And I've related this in my own community about my expectations in my marriage, and how I almost destroyed my own marriage because of my expectations. And my expectations were that I expected my husband to do this, and he wasn't doing that. And what I realized is that I personally needed to let go of my desire for him to do this, whatever this was. I needed him to do this. I needed to let go of that expectation. So then every time that I felt that he should be doing this, I stopped myself and I breathed my way through the I am open mantra, so that I was letting go of the energy of expecting him to do this. It's not something that you can do overnight, but with continual practice, when you do it, it changes things. So now I no longer have that expectation around my husband's energy. And it's given him the space to react or to move or do things the way that he wants to do things. And our relationship has just absolutely blossomed from there. It's just really, really been beautiful. So, Eliza, do you have any expectations that you want to talk about personally? Because I could definitely give you examples, or teach you through that. It would be easier to do. Does anybody else have any expectations that they want to ask about and see how to get away from them? Oh, you know what? Expectations are always about ourselves. So even though, thank you. Thank you for bringing that around. I'm actually going to clarify what I just said. So I had expectations around something my husband wasn't doing, and I thought he should do it. So where am I not doing that to myself? Right? Right? So your expectations, if you've got an expectation about somebody else, it's probably because you're not doing it with yourself, or you are doing it with yourself. So, for example, you've made an appointment with somebody. That somebody's supposed to show up at a certain time, and they're late, and it triggers a response in you. You get angry, you get upset. Well, where have you been late in your life? Where have you let yourself down in your life? Okay, so these expectations that we have on other people are actually about ourselves. Okay, does that help, Eliza? It is a judgment. I mean, I could wax poetic about expectations around different things that are going on in my life. And so here's an example. Okay, so here's a really great example. I put out the registration for this Money Matters. Okay, I had, I believe it was 700 or 800 people sign up. 700 or 800 people sign up. I I dished out money, and I amped up my Zoom so that my Zoom would accommodate more than 100 people. For those of you who have been here through this, you can tell that there has not been 100 people on this call at any given time. Okay? But do you notice how I flowed through that? Was there any outwards appearance that I was upset? Did I shut it down? Did I not do the class because of an expectation? No. What I did was I'm so past that point. Like, whoever was going to show up was going to show up because they needed to show up. It wasn't because I needed them to show up. If I had gotten upset that I had dished out this money, that these people didn't show up, What would that say about me? Where am I not showing up? Where am I? What, like that money? I mean, I'm Canadian, so whatever that money is, I'm paying US. For those of you who are Canadian, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are American, Canadian right now is between $1.25 and $1.35 on every dollar. So any amount of money, $10 is 13 to 15, 12 to 13 bucks. Okay. So any amount, it's like if I was stuck on this money thing, that would have really, really bothered me because I had an expectation that I paid for this. People should have showed up. No, I'm open with no expectations, no limitations, and I'm okay with the outcome. Do you know what the outcome is? You guys are here. Also, of all those people that registered, a number bought the replays. I'm not telling you you have to. I'm just saying that a number bought the replays. Also, too, I had a number of people join my free Soulful Empowerment group. These are all beautiful outcomes that if I had been hung up on every single one of those people showing up here, I probably would have blocked the energy of that happening. That's huge. So can you see where there's an expectation in each of your lives right now and how you're possibly reacting to it? My husband just got home from work. He might have had an expectation of dinner on the table. He didn't. He just went quietly about his business. He sat down at the computer. I could hear his computer come on. I heard the bing. It's beautiful. And it's because I have let go of expectations now. I'm loving what you wrote, Maurice. Did you want to expand on that? That explains the different ways money shows up for me now. Yeah. Exactly. I could so another piece of this, since we're talking about money, I'm gonna give you money examples today, okay? We have this new van. We had X amount of dollars in the bank that we could put towards it. However, vans in 2016, vans in 2022, big difference in price. The same van has almost doubled in price, even though it's now, what, 6 years older? It's now doubled in price. In fact, it's more than doubled in price. So we had X amount of dollars in the bank. This van came up. We have been seriously considering a van. We've been looking for a van. This wasn't the first van that's crossed our radar. However, it's the energy of this van felt different. I went and checked it out. We decided we were going to purchase it. We actually got a credit line to pay that little chunk on top because we didn't have the full amount. What unfolded after that is something kind of magical. You guys may not know this. In fact, you probably don't. Some of you might, but I'm status Indian, okay? I belong with the Muskeg Lake Nation in Saskatchewan, and they just had a Canadian settlement of money because of land that was taken away back in, I believe, 1917 or something like that. And I got a chunk of cash. After having gotten this credit line, I got a chunk of cash. So it's really fascinating how things unfold when you're open with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. We were okay with getting that credit line. We knew that something was going to come up. We actually didn't think it was going to come in that direction. We thought it was going to come in another direction. But it was really fascinating how that unfolded. And that's okay, Maurice. If it's too wordy or difficult, that's fine. You're more than welcome to reach out and you and I can have a conversation. No strings attached, of course. So Is this helping you guys to understand a little bit more around money and expectations and or expectations period, right? Also, too, I want to add this other part back in, that I am love mantra that I keep quoting, right? We could have just said, we can't afford that van. There's no way. We're never going to get a van. However, we have a long-term goal. We have a long-term vision, and it involves self-care and caring about ourselves. And getting here where like how I care about myself now has changed dramatically in 6-7 years. And because I care about myself so differently, it has caused this beautiful ripple effect that has totally changed my husband and his energy as well for the better. Okay. And he's seeing that at his work. Man, when he went back to work here in the town that we're in, he was being gifted things left, right, and center, like coffee cards, all these different pieces, like a tool, some sort of gift certificate for a tool store, because they loved him, the energy of who he was when he went to work. It's just really, really powerful when you start to care about yourself in a different way. It's so powerful what you start to attract because you find yourself attractive. And it's that attractiveness within yourself and your heart and your energy and who you are. It doesn't necessarily mean this out here. Okay. You will notice though that I changed. I got into my playful, fun shirt instead of the serious person that was through all the rest of the day. I got into the fun part. And that's because I love my little you. I love embracing the energy of that little you and just really going with that little you and having fun. And that's what life's about. Okay. I'm really glad you liked it. Thank you. You know where to find me. That if you haven't got that book already, I definitely recommend get that book. It's in that the chat there. It's also on the feed, the Facebook feed. It also was offered to you when you registered for this. So if you didn't get a chance to grab it, I've included in the link in the bottom of this link, and it has those mantras in it. It has those mantras in it. I would love to offer you guys the challenge of doing the I am love and the I am open mantra for the next 21 days, 2 or 3 times every day. I challenge you to that, please. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's just kind of step into the energy of closing this out in a beautiful way before we just say goodbye. I love that, Janice. Yay! She's going to take the challenge. I'm going to take the challenge too. Okay. So stepping into the energy, feel your feet on the ground. Feel your little you sitting on your feet on the ground. Possibly with their arms and legs wrapped around one of your legs. And just feel into the joy and the magic. Feel into the creative mode that you've been in over these last 7, 8, 10 hours, whatever it feels like it's been. I guess it's probably been close to 10 hours now. Yeah, 10 hours. And just allow yourself to be the witness of your vision and feel what it would feel like to put to paper 3 points, just three little things of what that vision would include, whether that's travel, whether that's financial abundance, or whether that's relationships or loving yourself. Put 3 things on that vision. Feel into the energy of that younger version of yourself, how excited they are about that. Asking the mind, body, and soul to continue to do any healing around the energy of what's unfolded today. Being conscious of the need for self-care, possibly drinking water, going for a walk, indulging in something that your little you used to love doing, whether that's eating an orange popsicle, having a Coke float, or some cotton candy. Or it could be just running out and drawing with chalk on a sidewalk. Indulge your little you and let that little you play with money. Take some money out and just let your little you, that child version of yourself, play with the money, because that's what it's there for. Pretend it's like Monopoly money. In fact, take out your Monopoly money if you need it. Play with that. As you could tell, money itself has no energy. We can throw it on the ground and it does nothing. It's what our mindset, our consciousness does with it. So raise that money up and feel the beautiful strings that are attached to it and you as wings, moving you towards that vision, that feeling of joy, of a business running well, of being healthy, of being financially sound. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. Take care.